With the release of the Xbox One X a few days ago, both major console manufacturers have released their upgraded consoles, having faster processors and 4K visuals on both the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X. Both have brought an overall better experience than their weaker first iterations. However, is this smartphone release model a staple in the industry or a fad that will quickly die away? What's going on, guys? TKD123 aka Kevin here, and we're going to discuss if the PS4 Pro was necessary at all. Throughout the history of console generations, the current generation is the most revolutionary. All the previous 7 have had only one console per manufacturer. Of course, not to be confused with slim models, generally speaking, all the consoles, whether slim or not, had the same functionality. Exceptions include things like the PS3 Slim not having backwards compatibility with the PS2, like the original PS3 had, but overall, changes internally in terms of performance have not been a thing until this 8th console generation. We first heard rumors of an updated and upgraded PS4 Pro in early 2016, codenamed Neo. Then on September 7th of that same year, they unveiled the PS4 Pro, unveiling the console with 4K rendering, improved PSVR performance, and better hardware. While those with 4K TVs were hyped and excited, there were those that also thought that this was an unneeded step and they should have waited until the PS5 to release an enhanced console like previous console generations have gone. Conversely, the then dubbed Project Scorpio was teased at E3 2016, then released as the Xbox One X this month in 2017. Right behind the steps of the PS4 Pro, the console also had enhanced visuals with native 4K on a number of games, vapor cooling, and better hardware in comparison to the PS4 Pro. The X and the Pro marked the first time we've seen a mid-cycle launch on a new console generation inspired by the smartphone market. Apple consumers have become used to a tiered release of iPhones. We've had the iPhone 5, then the 5S, and then we had the 6, and then the 6S. Not even taking into account the Plus variants of all these phones, the model has been a staple in the smartphone industry and is seemingly now a staple in the console space. Having the tier model, and for the most part, has its positives. For one, prices on the original variant consoles get marked down, so they become more affordable faster. Also, all the games you acquired from the original console work on the mid-cycle console as well, the same way an app on your iPhone 6 will work on your 6S. They are a part of the same quote family, for lack of a better term. Both PlayStation and Xbox have said that all the games released before their mid-cycle consoles will work on the new hardware, no problem. And not just work, but work better than ever before. They encourage devs to create patches for released games that enable the game to utilize the new hardware and take advantage of 4K resolutions, native or upscaled, and smoother performance overall. Some patches can also give the user option to even have the game favor better visuals or better performance. Although positives, it's not without its negatives. A lot of gamers felt that with the announcement of the PS4 Pro, they had been kicked to the curb with their original PlayStation 4. They thought that they had the latest and greatest iteration of PlayStation, and now in a few weeks outside of the reveal, they wouldn't have that. While rare, many felt this testament along with others. Another emotion was that the console didn't do enough or had features they personally cared about. For example, to reap the benefits of 4K on both consoles, one physically has to have a TV or monitor capable of even displaying 4K. While both companies have came out and said that their visuals can be seen on 1080p, with the console's ability to run and render better textures and frame rates, you cannot truly see 4K on a 1080p TV. There were even rumors and murmurs of devs feeling mundane about the new consoles with having to put in more manpower to developing the patches to release games. They only had to worry about multiple SKUs on the same platform on PC, and now they have to worry about multiple SKUs on consoles as well. Whether easy or hard, the mid-cycle consoles created more work for devs in the industry as a whole. With all the pros and cons laid out on the table, are mid-cycle consoles, even more specifically the PS4 Pro, necessary? If you're scouting the aisles on Black Friday or the websites partaking on Cyber Monday looking into a new console, your choice for the best is very clear. The PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X are great and powerful consoles for the enthusiast gamer. However, a major factor, one that affected me as well, was the adoption of the 4K TV or monitor. Having a Pro or an X without the 4K display to accompany it might be a little bit useless. Of course, you'll be garnering better performance, but you're missing out on all the other features you could be having. For me personally, I'm waiting until I get a new 4K enabled iMac and 4K monitor that both have HDR before I even upgrade to a Pro, and by the time I get them, it may well be time for the PS5. However, if you do have a 4K TV and are looking for a console, then by all means, the Pro is your console for this holiday season. You will have the ability to take advantage of those 4K visuals, along with the extra performance as well under the hood, allowing your game to run at smoother frame rates, better performance, better load times, and also have those glorious 4K visuals that we all love and adore. And so the question of if the Pro was necessary requires a subjective answer. If you currently game on a 1080p TV and are fine with the base PS4, stick to it. The games coming to it are all so gorgeous and are being supported along with the Pro as well. However, if you're a gamer that loves the latest and greatest tech and own a 4K display and you want to take that 4K goodness to the console space with your games and have a reasonably disposable income, then the Pro is your answer. What the release of the X and the Pro have showed us is that the traditional console generation is not as clear as it used to be. All 4 console iterations within the current generation are a part of the V generation that they currently hold in. That's why they still retain the names PS4 and Xbox One, and the major positive as well is that the games will work on either console respectively, unlike last generation where backwards compatibility was scarce. Judging by sales figures of both consoles, they seem to be doing great for both companies and may very well be the new format of console generations moving forward. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my time here. Let me know in the comments below, do you have a PS4 Pro console? Are you enjoying it? Do you like it? Do you have Xbox One X? Do you have a base iteration of any of those consoles? Let me know down in the comments below about your stories about your consoles. And make sure also while you're done there, if you like the video, make sure to leave a like on this video as well, share it with your friends, and also follow us on Twitter for the latest and greatest updates on all things PlayStation and all things on the channel as well. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep on following.